And welcome back to Your Mac's Podcast Now. Mac Stories reports that according to AnandTech, Apple has apparently switched to Samsung as the supplier for its solid-state drives in the new MacBook Airs. When the revamped MacBook Air line was released last October, Apple relied on Toshiba to power the new machines built around flash storage. More specifically, they ditched classic hard drives enclosures for Blade SSDs. Those SSDs were manufactured by Toshiba. It's not clear when Apple exactly made the switch to Samsung, and AnandTech goes on to say they're not even 100% sure these drives are from Samsung. Yet all signs point to that. But several users are reporting recently purchased MacBook Air units come with drives carrying model name SM128C. The best part? According to initial benchmarks, the Samsung drives are noticeably faster. Again, there's no confirmation that Apple has switched to Samsung as the only supplier for MacBook Air SSDs, and this change might as well be a temporary solution adopted by Apple to face shortages from Toshiba. But then again, there's the high chance a MacBook Air purchased today features a faster SSD from Samsung. Over this past weekend, Apple removed discussions.apple.com and replaced it with a brand new, redesigned version called Apple Support Communities, reports Mac Stories. ASC is a completely revamped version of Apple Discussions, which is tailored towards making it easier to ask questions, receive feedback, and answers from fellow iOS and Mac users, and browse threads by category, topic, or relevance. Apple Support Communities features a new design that should simplify the process of asking questions and replying with detailed information about a product. Top participants of a community are featured in a new sidebar widget, and the overall design has been improved with a cleaner look and more navigation options to see most helpful responses without reading an entire thread. You can play around with preferences for thread views and email notifications, upload an avatar, and submit the products you own directly from your account's page. From the Your Stuff tab, you can manage your bookmarks, check on discussions you're involved with, and see announcement posts. You can also attach tags to your posts and browse by tag from the new search page. In an effort to better connect iOS and Mac users through discussions and answers, Apple Support Communities looks like a good first step towards a full-featured social backend that we hope will gain a native iOS app to quickly browse topics and submit posts in the future. According to the unofficial Apple weblog, a report from Real Clear Politics states that Representative Jackson is now blaming the iPad for, quote, eliminating thousands of American jobs. He pins the closing of Borders and the decline in book sales at Barnes & Noble on the iPad and similar tablet devices. Quote, a few short weeks ago, I came to the House floor after having purchased an iPad and said that I happen to believe, Mr. Speaker, that at some point in time this new device, which is now probably responsible for eliminating thousands of American jobs. Now, Borders is closing stores because why do you need to go to Borders anymore? Why do you need to go to Barnes & Noble? Buy an iPad, download your newspaper, download your book, download your magazine. As he continued his remarks, he noted that the iPad is manufactured in China, not in the U.S. Some type of communist plot, you suppose? Truth triumphs fiction! And remember, boys and girls, crime doesn't pay. At least not for idiots, it don't. A New York City woman who was getting $850 US a month in alimony because she was supposedly disabled and unable to work had her payments slashed after her ex-husband spotted online photos of her belly dancing. Brian McGurk went to court after discovering a blog that showed his 43-year-old ex-wife dancing at a gallery. In other internet postings, she wrote about dancing vigorously for several hours every day. Dorothy McGurk told the court that dancing was physical therapy for injuries she suffered in a car accident in the mid-1990s. And guess what? The county judge didn't buy it and reduced her payments to $400 US per month. The judge also ordered her to pay her ex-husband's legal fees and 60% from the sale of their home. And once again begins another week in the Magic Apple Kingdom, my little apple monkeys. I hope you had a great weekend. It rained like crazy here in the East. And you know what raining like crazy is all like. So, remember this week we've got, the op-ed on Friday. And I just posted yesterday a brand new review on the www.ympnow.com website. So I hope you'll stop by and read that. And hopefully before the end of the week, I'll start my fingers going and I'll put out a blog, okay? So until then, remember, this is Leslie Vanderhoot saying, who's Leslie Vanderhoot?